Okay, I'm going to show you how to adjust the truss rod on this guitar. As you can see, it really needs that done badly. It is very much bowed backwards. And what I'm thinking happened was somebody tightened this the wrong way. Okay? And so that's the first step, is to understand what goes what direction. Okay? So I'm going to bounce this off the string trees here, slide these over, so you need a little bit of space here. Now, first off, you really want to make sure that you have the proper Allen wrench and it's shoved all the way on there, and if it's a nut on threads, you want to just make sure you have the right tool all the way on there, because you don't want to strip this out and you don't want to shear it off or have any problems. So, at any rate, the first thing that you have to do is understand what the truss rod does and understand what direction creates, what effect. So a lot of people might think, yeah, if I tighten this down, it's going to go like that. It's the opposite. When you look, especially if this was a really nice hardwood, you've got this straight, really hard hardwood here, and then you have the rod that adjusts behind it. So if you tighten behind it, you're going to pull it that way. So this, already being back bowed like this, we're going to need to loosen that. Okay? So lefty loosey, righty tighty, the top of the bolt going to the left would be loose. Counterclockwise, you could say. Another thing I'm going to do is spray just a little bit of a lubricant. I'm using Rem oil. It's like WD-40. I just want things to slide. And you don't want to crank this a whole bunch all at once. Especially if this is a really nice expensive guitar, I would turn this like a half a turn and then let it sit. You can even kind of flex the neck a little bit and let it sit, I guess, kind of wait for a minute for the wood to sort of adjust to that, and then tighten it another half a turn. And so I'll do it slowly and maybe give a little time in between each time you crank it. But that's one thing to know. If you just start cranking this like 3 turns, you could damage the wood or separate the truss rod in there. Okay, so anyways, we need to loosen the truss rod so the tension of the strings pulls this forward, okay? Because as you can tell, we're hitting right here. The strings are touching the frets even. So we're going to loosen that. And it feels tight. And if I was going to tighten it, you might want to loosen it first, just to, dang, my Allen wrench really got stuck in there. If I was going to tighten it, you might want to loosen it just a little first, just to make sure everything's turning and you feel how everything's working. Then go ahead and tighten. Okay, so we're loosening. Move these strings out of the way a little bit here. Making sure my wrench is all the way in there really nice and good so I don't strip anything. And now we've gone about a half a turn. Okay? Hey! We have sound. So you can tell we're going the right direction here. And I'm going to go ahead and go another half turn. So we're going to a little bit more than a turn. Whoops. Alright. We'll go another half turn. More like a third of a turn. So that's probably a full turn. Starting to, it's not hitting on the frets now at least. Then you can look, you can see what's going on, looking at it sideways. You can also lay a straight edge on there too. I'm going to give it one more little turn here, and then I'm going to let it the wood chill out for a second, and I'll show you it finished. Alright, so I went ahead and tuned it up so we can see where we are, and you'd seen me turn it about a turn and a half, and again, loosening brings it this way, tightening takes it that way, and I let it sit for maybe 5-10 minutes so the wood could get used to that, you could say. And so now, after tuning it up, it plays now. It didn't play before. I've got it pretty much dead flat. Some guitars will play better with a little bit of relief, just a little bit of a curve up. And another thing you can do is even shim the neck if you just can't quite get it right. But what I'm going to do here now, I'm going to go ahead and adjust the tremolo in the bridge, and I'll make a little video of that, and then look at the frets being all level. I'll make a little video of that, and then I'll see what I need to do with my truss rod, just the finishing touches. That I'm anticipating about another half turn loosen to get a little bit of relief in here after I lower this bridge and take care of the tremolo. So that's how you adjust a truss rod in a guitar neck. Don't be afraid to do it. Just don't crank a whole bunch of turns all at once, especially if you're tightening.